Hi, Terri Lee Fatouros, music journalist, talking to the delightful Alfredo Malabello.
Hi.
Now, this lovely man is a TV star and he resides in Sydney, and you best might know him from the Underbelly series.
That's right.
How are you, lovely?
Hello.
Tell me about the part that you played in the Underbelly.
Yeah, I played the role of Vito, who was a confidant and cultural advisor to the Griffith Police Force for the Underbelly movie called Infiltration, because it was Underbelly Series 1, Underbelly Series 2, and then they had a break and they produced 3 2-hour telemovies.
That's right.
And then followed by Underbelly 3 and Underbelly 4, so which was, a story about Squizzy Taylor and Mickey Finn and all that stuff there. So
now that would have been an
period.
Interesting part. Did you ever get your hands soiled in any murderous activities?
Not in that one. I actually played a good guy, which I was an interpreter and an eavesdropper, and I tapped the phones, and I gave them insight into the cultural, sort of differences of the Calabrian Ndrangheta, which is like the Calabrian mafia. And also gave them insight into tapping Trimboli's phone and house, and gave them advice on how to go about it, how not to go about it, how to be trusted, how not to be trusted, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. There's a bit of an etiquette involved in being a crib,
there is
isn't
an
there?
etiquette, yeah, especially when you're talking about the old boys from the old country.
Exactly. You've got to be careful. Well, you've got an Italian background yourself, so I guess you might have experienced it firsthand.
Well, I'm Australian born. Mum and Dad are Italian, and I grew up around a very, very hardcore Italian, extended Italian family with godparents, and the Godfather used to perform for him every weekend, and on my accordion, because I'm a musician.
As you do.
An accordion, and I would learn. And most of my school friends from high school all wound up in jail or murdered.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've got cousins who, do all sorts of things. I had to withdraw myself from that whole scene because I was surrounded by it, ever since I was a boy.
It would have been rather terrifying.
Well, it was, but I've learnt to, go through life. I've travelled the world many, many times, and I've performed for tyrants. I've performed for Colonel Gaddafi and his son.
My God, what an experience!
Russian mafia, Ukraine mafia, Bronx mafia, Sicilian mafia, Calabrian mafia, Chinese triads, Japanese yakuza, Hell's Angels Christmas parties,
Alfredo,
banditos.
How do you get to perform for people like that?
Because you sort of get to know, and I've performed at a few underground parties, in New York and in Switzerland, and up in the Alps, and they see you play, and then they ask you to do a private party, and like during the late 80s, I used to play in a bar in Melbourne, in King Street, called St. Elmo's Bar and the Tunnel, and it would be actually more often than not, I would have Alphonse Gadgetano and Carl Williams and Jason Moran sitting around the piano, snorting cocaine and tipping me $50 a song.
Wow, my goodness!
Yeah, I was with Graham Kinnenberg the night before he was murdered, at a bar, talking to him, playing songs, and yeah, it's a crazy situation.
Yes.
Because music, because I'm a professional pianist and a singer, and I became an actor only because the mother of my children, the first marriage, we broke up, and I was quite distraught, and I had to somehow find my way out of this depression, this dark cloud that I was in. And one day I went shopping, in the Coles supermarket. There was a public notice board, and this is way back in 2006, I think, something like that, yeah. And it said, acting workshops. So I thought, I'll do it, because I like to reinvent myself every 2 years.
You're a Sagittarian, aren't you?
Well, 11th of December, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm sort of, whatever that is, but, and I went to these acting workshops, and I was the old guy sitting in the back. It was full of young starlets and young guys, and and I started getting a lot of short film roles, and did 22 short films, and I won a couple of awards on some student festivals, and one of the judges from Underbelly, the producer of Underbelly, saw me and got me to audition for Underbelly, and audition for it all started from that.
Now you're currently filming, or you've just filmed with David Wenham.
Well, I did a Monash University international commercial with David Wenham, but 2 years ago I did a film with David Wenham called Dripping in Chocolate. I've done a thing called The Devil's Dust for Channel 2, which was the story about the guy that that had the asbestosis case against Hardy.
Yes, yep.
And then I did a show on Channel 9 called Tricky Business, where I played a guy called Mario Maguire, a loan shark. And I did a movie called Dead Europe, which was a sort of festival film. And I played a sleazy Greek nightclub owner. And I had a really good role in a TV series on SBS called Carla Comedy.
Oh, yes.
And then I was Rocco the barista on the CGU commercial. My name is Rocco, making coffees is my life. I run this cafe with Rose and my wife. It was stuff like that. And
you've had a colourful life.
Yeah, and one day I'm going to put out a book, which talks about the whole world of cocktail bars and the characters that you meet in these cocktail bars.
Well, you
from
truly
behind
are.
the piano.
Well, you are the piano man. Now, we're going to be wrapping up shortly, but I just would like to mention to people about your music career. You've actually got a beautiful voice. I was listening to some of your music, and it really is a lovely voice. You're down here in Melbourne performing some gigs, and by the time people look at this, that would have happened.
Yeah.
But just where's the best place for people to go check out your music?
Well, I mean, you can Google me, or you can search me on YouTube, or you can actually go and listen to 1 minute excerpts and samples and buy my music. I've got about 60 songs, 3.5 albums on iTunes. So if you go Alfredo Malabello on iTunes, you'll find me. Go Google me, you'll find lots and lots of music videos and show reels and TV commercials and all that sort of stuff.
I'll actually upload the links for people.
And go to YouTube and Google, and you'll find me.
Yeah.
You'll find me.
I'll upload the links for people.
Lots and lots and lots of stuff out there.
All right, look, thank you very, very much,
You're welcome,
Alfredo Malabello.
Yes.
Thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to continuously seeing you on TV and listening to your music.
And I'd like to say thank you to a few people tonight. Number one, Marissa Alberta, where is she? There she is. Thank you, Marissa, for helping me put this whole thing together. Thank you. And Paola, thank you, Paola Leone and Andrew Meducci, thank you for helping me with your fantastic Comitato di Melbourne. Fantastic Italian social group on Facebook, which was a lifesaver for me. Thank you. Special hello to my favourite theatre producers, Adam Bahoudian and his lovely wife Nina. Thank you for being here tonight. And to Terri Lee, thank you. She's a music journalist, and she nabbed me yesterday, and we did a nice little video. And she's doing a video now as well. She's got a fantastic international website that I'm very proud to be on as well. And we got Christine here from Christine's Pin-Up Fashions in Brunswick Street in Fitzroy. Is that right? Fitzroy? Yes. I'm not from Melbourne. Oh yeah, and we got Shelley. Shelley, thank you for coming here. She's from Perth as well. We had to run away from Perth to do something.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I bought out a plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. WC, help me, won't you look down over me? I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. When I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? I saw the ghost of Elvis walking down Union Avenue, falling in love to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security did not see him, they just held the crowd as true. There's a pretty little thing, well, room when I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? They got catfish on the table, they got gospel in the air. Reverend Green will be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. Boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they took me down to see her, and they asked me if I would play a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, "Son, are you a Christian child?" I said, "Remember tonight when I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and boarded a plane, touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, the middle of the pouring rain." Thank you very much. Thank you. Raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. And then the morning comes, I see everything that I want to see. I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us. Just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted war's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, not to those who wait too late. We gotta go for all